Hello. Back again. Let's have a look at this. Oh baby. Looking a lot better. Nearly ready for an engine, I reckon, eh? Back again, last episode. Pulled the gearbox off this. Had some troubles with the camera, so I didn't record a lot of it. But you can see these are absolute junk, which is great. Thank you very much. So now I'm going to end up basically going to kind of strip the block, at least clean it up. If going to this effort, I've already got to do some seals anyway, so basically take as much off as I can and just clean it up a bit. So that's a job for today, but I've bought this bad boy. So engine stand. I thought, seeing I've got further plans with this car and then just in general to have one. Finally bought one. Actually got this from Super Cheap Auto with something like 40% off or 30% off. So it was like 160 down to 95. This is actually cheaper than what people are trying to resell them on Facebook. So it's good just to have a little shop around when you're doing shit like that. But yeah, I'm gonna assemble that and try get the engine on it. Oh, lovely vlog life. YouTube allows me to afford all these lovely tools, which I actually had to spend all my money on and I'm now broke. Look at that! Woo! Solid. I didn't realise how thick these things are.
Thick boy.
Don't know if I've ever actually used one, to be honest. So professional these days. Don't need instructions because it's inherently inbuilt in a man's brain how to build tools. What do you reckon, doggy? Your engine's a piece of shit, so now I've got to fix it. Ruby, it's your fault. Your fault. Bought a nugget. More wheels. Oh, they're like, look at them, woo! They're like Diablo wheels. Like phone dials or some shit. Cool, okay. I got no idea what to do.
Samurai sword on my back. You don't know how to act. Maybe you should relax.
Got this little bad boy together with some help from Ruby, of course. Huh, Bubba? You see did a little time lapse of me putting it together. It's kind of a little bit more complex to put together than you'd expect, but it's mostly just figuring out which bolts are which and putting them in the right spots. Also added a little bit of grease to these because they're just metal on metal, so thought that wouldn't hurt. So you can see me take the wheels back off. Looks pretty good. Might chuck the engine on in a minute.
Relapse. Just kidding.
As always, I've got problems with this car, so, you know, typical. My bolts aren't long enough to go through there, so, like, I could maybe get it to work through here. But, like, that's in the way, and then you run into hitting that bolt, but we'll try it a different way maybe, and then or else I might have to get some longer bolts, which would be super annoying, but let's see. Right, so I worked out I could have got this to work, flipping these around, but then I've got no room to work on these. It's only going to fit like a really specific way. So I'm just going to quickly run down the street and try grab some bolts because I'm going to need to do it anyway. So you can see here, they're just not long enough to get through the fingers there. But yeah, I could have put them through here, which, you know, would have worked probably. It's a bit sketchy, but it's all right. It's not like a really big engine or anything. But yeah, just would have made it hard to work on, so I didn't really see the point in continuing, even though I could have got it to work. But so yeah, just gonna run down the straight. Woo! back at it again. So, third attempt to get this fucking thing on the stand. Got some bolts from the local bolt man. Ooh, it's a Spidey. Get out of here. So, a bit longer. So, hopefully they'll work. And go through these little doodle boys. It's got about 10 mil hanging out, so it should be enough, I reckon. You don't go too far into the block anyway, you know, so yeah. Now, this is going to be the fourth attempt to try and use my new engine stand, as you can see here. So every other time I've come out here, I had issues. The last one I had was that the GoPro died, and then I was just kind of not having a good time, so I stopped. So I've got this here. I'm gonna try and mount it up finally, get this thing on.
Stop, 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 stop. Woo. Woo. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop.
So I was filming a time lapse, but I just wanted to have a look at this first. If you can just see in there. Oh, that's just not meant to be there. Oh, that's a bolt. Oh, hello. Yeah, fun.
Stop, 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 stop. Stop, 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 stop.
Just pulled out the first freeze plug or Welsh plug, whatever you want to call it. So you can see how close it was to failure by the big fucking hole in it. And how lovely the block is looking in here. If you can see, it's a little bit dark. But, put my finger in there? Yeah, why not? Oh, hello. Oh, yuck. How's this thing not blown up? So, dealing with that. Lots of fun. Got to pull out some of those side ones as well. But, show you what I've done. I've just basically spent half a day cleaning up the block, pulling all the grease off, cleaned up the front cover. I usually have a toothbrush to do this stuff, but I can't find it, so pretty good for now. Heaps of grease off the bottom. But yeah, looking way better. Much nicer to work on. Clean these up a bit. Alright, it's raining. Finally pulled out the freeze plugs or Welsh plugs or whatever. Pulled out one that I shouldn't have, which I didn't realise is these ones are all oil passage. So they're fine, but this one looked like it had some corrosion on it. But too late. This one was the one with the big hole in it. Was full of crud. And then as you can see in here, maybe... Let me grab my phone. I've made a massive mess. Gunk everywhere. There's the plugs. Let me see the one. So you can see how much... Ugh, that's what the inside of the engine looked like. If that focuses. But here's the bad one. Oh, you can see the tools. Just like the fluffy duck, full of holes. So once I pulled out that just completely opened up. So yeah, looking good. That one was pretty easy to get out. A few of the side ones are pretty easy. The hardest one was the one I wasn't meant to pull out, so that's cool. There we go. So nice and crusty. I've already just given it a rinse for like 2 seconds, but thought I'd grab the camera so we can have a look first. Yeah, so just getting on. Decided this is hopefully going to be the last thing I'm going to do with this, and then it'll be moving on to construction finally, but we will see. As with everything with this car, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So gonna give this a flush out now. Hopefully that'll get enough of it out. I'm not too worried about this engine or anything, so just clean it up as much as possible. End up pulling off the water pump which goes at the front here, just to give it as good as a clean as I can. So just gonna go over it like this. See the gunk coming out. Splash zone. Oh, yuck. Let's try that again, huh? Give us a clean, huh? Got me nose. Alright, just finished cleaning this up. Hopefully come out quite well. You can tell once you, pretty much I just had it like this. Then I would spray in each hole on every angle I could. And you can pretty much tell how efficient you're being or how effective by how much brown was coming out. So it's actually pretty easy to tell if what you're doing is working. You just see it slowly clearing up as you'd spray in. So just spray it as much around as possible, and yeah, that's about it. But hopefully this is pretty much the end of taking things apart. Still need to clean up some little engine brackets and stuff. Gave that a little brush, that's the alternator bracket, and just clean up things as I can. Put all the plugs there, one of the engine mounts. Yeah, so these ones still need to clean up, but slowly getting there. But the main thing is now I need to go order some parts, so we'll head off there as soon as I get a chance. Hopefully tomorrow I'll collect up all these bits I need. I don't know if there's a good idea or not, but I'm gonna make a little block off plate for this. I might just cut something out of some square tube or something, but I'll just make a flat plate that'll fill this hole, because the previous owners fitted a electrical pump, I guess it would be called. So just going to keep running that for now. So I'm going to take that off and just make a little plate. Creates a little bit more space there and neatens it up, because none of this is plumbed in anyway. So clean that up, and that's about it. Hopefully you can start putting stuff together. Who knows, maybe next weekend. Fingers crossed, but we'll see how we go.
Stop, 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 stop. Stop, stop, stop.